You know when you're scrolling TikTok, right? And suddenly it's like everyone, everywhere is doing the exact same
Oh,
dance.
yeah. That wave hits your For You page.
Exactly. It's this like digital flash mob. And you
Uh-huh.
have to wonder, how does that happen? What's the secret sauce that makes one challenge just explode?
Mm-mm. It's definitely the question on a lot of people's minds,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to build something online, trying to connect.
Yeah.
You see these dances pop up, seemingly out of nowhere, take over everything, and you think, okay, what's the actual strategy here?
Right. And that is precisely what we're diving into today. We've looked at some really insightful stuff that basically lays out a blueprint how these viral dance things get made.
A blueprint. Yeah.
Think of this as your shortcut, your fast track to understanding what makes them tick. And actually, speaking of boosting your online presence,
Yeah.
if you are looking for ways to amplify your social media profiles, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. Just putting that out there.
Okay. And what's so interesting looking at this material is it's so much more than just, a catchy song and some cool moves.
Right.
Our mission here in this deep dive is really to unpack those core things, the essential elements that make a TikTok dance challenge spread like wildfire.
Mm.
And there are some surprising insights, I think, some really concrete takeaways for you.
Okay, let's get into it then. Why dance? Why do dance challenges seem to thrive so much on TikTok, maybe more than other places?
Well, it really gets down to how TikTok is built,
Yeah.
the algorithm. It's heavily geared towards engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And dance challenges, they're basically engagement machines. They're designed for sharing, for copying.
Right. They invite you in.
Exactly.
Mm.
Think about the For You page. It's just this constant stream,
Mm.
and the algorithm pushes stuff that keeps you watching, gets shares, likes, and crucially, stuff that inspires other people to make their own version.
Yeah, like the platform itself rewards participation. If people are jumping in, copying the moves, the algorithm sees that like a big green light.
Precisely. And the data actually backs this up. TikTok's own numbers from 2023 showed like over 60% of trending videos involve some kind of choreography or movement.
Wow, 60%.
Yeah, it suggests users are almost like primed to jump on board with this kind of content.
So it's definitely not just random luck when a dance goes viral. There's a real method to the shareability madness.
Absolutely. The sources we looked at point to a few key things. Simplicity is huge. They're usually easy to get.
Okay.
Relatability, they often tap into, common feelings or moments. And yeah, a catchy soundtrack, that's critical.
Makes sense.
Challenges that really explode. They usually
Yeah.
nail all of these. They make it easy for almost anyone to try. Doesn't matter if you think you can dance or not.
Yeah, you see people of all ages trying them out. It's not just professional dancers.
Exactly. And it's not just about the steps themselves, the technical bit. It's also the feeling, right?
Yeah.
Does it make you smile? Does it make you feel like you're part of something cool?
That emotional hook.
That emotional connection is a massive driver. The more relatable, the more inclusive it feels, the better chance it has to spread.
Okay, so simple, relatable moves. Got it. Now, when you're actually designing the dance, what are the key things to keep in mind for, that viral potential?
The sources really stress keeping the choreography simple, like really streamlined.
Simple how?
Look at the massive ones, Renegade, Blinding Lights Challenge, whatever. They all have this core set of moves, usually like 3 to 5 distinct steps, things most people can actually pick up fairly quickly.
3 to 5 steps. That sounds doable. Surprisingly doable.
It is. There's even this idea mentioned, like a child or grandparent test.
Ah, okay.
Seriously, if someone at either end of that spectrum could probably follow along after watching it a couple times, you're likely in a good spot. And clear repeating patterns help too. Repetition makes it stick.
Okay, simplicity is king. But then, how do you make your challenge stand out? There are so many dance videos.
That's where the signature twist comes in, or the hook.
The hook.
Right. That's the one unique move, that gesture, that becomes instantly recognizable, shareable. Think of like the whoa or the dab back in the day.
Gotcha.
It becomes that memeable moment, a thing people can grab onto easily.
So you need that one iconic bit, that gifable moment. How do you even start thinking about what that could be?
Well, you could try unique hand movements, maybe a funny facial expression,
Mhm.
or even just some memorable footwork. Don't be afraid to get a little quirky, maybe unexpected.
Quirky is good.
Often, yeah. That's what helps it lodge itself in people's brains.
And how important is syncing those moves up with the music? On TikTok, that feels like everything.
Oh, absolutely critical. On TikTok, sound and motion are like fused together.
Uh-huh.
You really want to work with a short audio clip,
Mm.
ideally like 10 to 30 seconds, and make sure it has clear cues, a beat drop, a specific lyric, a change in the music, something you can anchor a move to.
Okay.
And the goal is to time your signature move, that hook, right on the most memorable part of that sound clip.
Right, right. You see that all the time where the big move hits perfectly with the beat drop. So how do you find the right music then?
The sources suggest using TikTok's own tools, like their sound analytics, to see what's already trending.
Makes sense. Use what's working.
Yeah. Or just keep an eye on the Discover page in the app. Even looking at charts like the Billboard Hot 100 can give you clues. Now, you can use non-copyrighted sounds or originals. It's maybe more of a gamble. But if it's catchy enough, it can still work.
Okay. And before you just unleash this masterpiece onto TikTok, is it worth getting some feedback first?
Definitely. Beta testing is highly recommended. Show it to a small group, friends, maybe a few micro-influencers you trust.
And ask them what?
Ask if the moves feel okay, easy to follow. Can they remember the steps after seeing it just a few times? Getting that early feedback can help you fix any awkward bits, make small tweaks that make a big difference before the real launch.
Okay, so you've refined the dance. It's simple. It's memorable. Now, the song. How crucial is picking the perfect song to really give it that push?
The right song is like rocket fuel. The sources really emphasize using tracks that are already trending on TikTok.
Piggybacking, basically.
Exactly. If a song is already getting popular, being used a lot, using it for your challenge gives you a massive head start. You're riding a wave that's already building.
So where do you find these trending tracks reliably?
TikTok's Discover page is probably your best bet. It literally highlights sounds that are popping off right now.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on Billboard, like we said, helps too. See what's breaking into the mainstream. You can also dig into specific niches on TikTok. What sounds are popular within, say, comedy or fitness communities, if that fits your dance.
The material mentioned the hashtag Out West Challenge. What was the lesson there?
Yeah, that's a great case study. The song Out West by Travis Scott, it was already buzzing on the platform.
Uh-huh.
And someone came up with a really simple crank and swipe move to go with it. And it just, boom,
All right.
exploded.
Simple move, popular song.
Exactly. The song had this infectious rhythm. The move was super easy to learn, repetitive.
Yeah.
It was just incredibly engaging together.
So find that sweet spot. Popular sound meets simple, catchy action.
Pretty much.
Mm.
And don't forget the emotional connection people have with music. Choose a song that makes people feel something happy, energetic, nostalgic, whatever.
Yeah.
And challenges tied to holidays or big cultural moments, they often get an extra boost too.
That makes sense. Those themed ones always seem to pop up. Now, what if you're a brand trying to launch a challenge? Anything special to think about with the music then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right?
If you're a brand or it's a paid campaign, you absolutely have to get the licensing rights sorted for the music. That's non-negotiable.
Right, legal stuff.
TikTok has a commercial music library, but it might have limitations. Sometimes working with emerging artists or even commissioning an original track gives you more flexibility and ensures you've got all the permissions lined up.
Okay, got it. So, dance, check. Perfect soundtrack, dot check. Now, how do you actually launch this thing? Get it out there so people see it and hopefully do it.
Right, this is where a real launch strategy comes in. It's not just post and pray.
Yeah. Hope is not a strategy.
Exactly. The sources recommend building some buzz before you launch.
Yeah.
Teasers in the days leading up,
Teasers how?
short clips, little snippets of the music, maybe some behind-the-scenes stuff, and post them not just on TikTok, but use Instagram stories, Twitter, YouTube shorts too. Create a little mystery.
Build anticipation.
Mhm.
Okay. What about getting other creators involved early?
Partnering with micro-influencers, that's highlighted as a really effective tactic.
Micro-influencers, remind me, what's the follower count, roughly?
Typically in the range of, say, 10,000 to 100,000 followers, they often have smaller but really engaged audiences.
Right. More niche sometimes.
Exactly. Find ones in relevant areas, dance, fitness, comedy, whatever fits your challenge. Give them a clear tutorial, maybe some early access. Getting them on board can create that crucial initial wave.
There was an example, right? Someone reaching out to local dance people.
Yeah, the at Nicole Bloom's Hop Skip Bounce Challenge. She contacted local dance and fitness instructors beforehand, gave them the heads up. And apparently she saw a good number of early posts using her sound pretty quickly because of it.
That's smart. Planting those seeds early. What about hashtags? Still important. Feels a bit old school sometimes.
Oh, absolutely essential on TikTok. You need one that's catchy, short, unique to your challenge. Ideally under 12 characters so it's easy to remember and type.
Okay. And check if it's already being used.
Definitely do a quick search first.
Yeah.
And then plaster it everywhere, on screen, in your videos, say it out loud, make it super easy for people to find, follow, and join in.
Got it. And how do you encourage people to not just copy it, but really make it their own?
You actively encourage remixes and personalization. Invite people to add their own spin.
Like costumes or...
Yeah, costumes, props. Maybe they change the background. Maybe they add their own funny ending to the dance. And use TikTok's features. Duet and Stitch are perfect for this.
Ah, right.
Prompt people, duet this, or stitch this with your version. It turns your challenge from just like one video into this whole collaborative, evolving thing, much more dynamic.
Okay. Launch is done. People are starting to pick it up, hopefully.
Yeah.
How do you keep that fire going? And maybe even get it seen off TikTok?
Cross-promotion is huge here. Take your main launch video, maybe some of the best early participant videos, and share them everywhere else. Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Twitter X, Facebook.
Everywhere, even Facebook.
Yeah, wherever your potential audience might be. Tailor the caption. Use the right hashtags for each platform. Surprisingly, even Pinterest, using video pins, can drive traffic for challenges sometimes.
Huh. Okay, so spread it wide.
Don't keep it locked in TikTok.
Duh.
And then, crucially, engage. When people start doing your challenge, you need to be in there interacting.
How so?
Like their videos. Leave genuine, encouraging comments. Reshare the best ones to your own stories or feed. That interaction, it massively motivates people. It makes others want to join in too, hoping maybe they'll get noticed.
Creates a community feel.
Exactly. You can even do like daily or weekly highlight reels.
Yeah.
Best of the #MyChallenge videos this week. That really builds buzz and rewards participation.
That's a great idea. Keeps it alive. What about bigger ambitions? Bringing in brands or sponsors, is that realistic?
It can be, yeah. If your challenge really takes off and gets significant traction, you can definitely approach brands.
What do brands look for?
They want engagement, reach, a positive vibe they can align with. Think about challenges like #InMyDenim with Guess or Procter & Gamble's #DistanceDance. Those were huge brand partnerships.
Right.
But you need to go to them prepared. Have your data ready, show the reach, the engagement stats, participant numbers. Have a clear pitch about why partnering with your challenge makes sense for their brand.
So the numbers talk. You need proof it's working before you approach them.
Absolutely. Data is key for that. Now, speaking of data, how do you even know if your challenge is working? What should you be tracking?
Good question. Beyond just view counts, right?
Way beyond views. You need to look at the number of unique people actually making videos for the challenge.
Okay, participant count.
Yeah. The ratio of duets and stitches to original posts are people actually interacting with it. How fast is your hashtag climbing in trends? What's the average engagement, likes, comments, shares on the videos people are making? Even look at where it's spreading geographically. Is it going international? TikTok analytics gives you a lot of this. Social listening tools can also help track mentions off platform.
Okay, so you're gathering all this data. Then what? What do you do with it?
You analyze it.
Yeah.
You figure out what's resonating, what parts of the dance are people nailing or struggling with, which influencers you partnered with actually drove results. Are people sticking to the script or getting super creative?
Reading the comments, too, I guess.
Oh, definitely. Comments and reposts are gold mines for feedback. And look, if things start to slow down, don't be afraid to adapt.
Adapt how?
Maybe tweak a move that's proving too tricky. Maybe start highlighting the really funny or weird versions people are doing. Or even launch like a part 2 or a variation to shake things up again.
So you got to be flexible, willing to pivot based on what the audience is doing.
Absolutely. Things move so fast on TikTok, that trend cycle is relentless. Once your challenge gets going, it's smart to already be thinking, okay, what's next? How can we keep this energy up?
Keep the momentum.
Yeah. Successful creators, they learn from the data, they listen to the community, and they keep iterating.
This has been super insightful. Really breaks down something that can seem kind of magical or random. So just to recap for everyone listening, what are the absolute must-haves, the key ingredients for trying to cook up a viral TikTok dance?
Okay, the essentials. It really boils down to simple, engaging dance moves that are easy to learn.
Simple. Got it.
Picking the right trending music to tap into that existing buzz.
Music choice. Crucial.
Having a smart launch plan, build anticipation, do that early outreach.
Strategic launch.
Yep. Partnering with micro-influencers to get those first seeds planted.
Influencer hell.
And then actively engaging with everyone who participates. Build that community, encourage creativity.
Engage, engage, engage.
Right. It's really that mix of the creative side, the dance, the music, and the strategic side.
Yeah.
The launch, the engagement. It's definitely more than just luck.
So more science than chance, you'd say.
I think so, yeah. Get the right combo, catchy song, memorable hook move, smart rollout, and a challenge. Really can take off. Capture people's imagination way beyond just TikTok itself.
Definitely gives you a new appreciation for those trends when you see them fly by now. It's clearly a lot more involved than it looks on the surface.
For sure. And it makes you think, right, what's the next big trend going to be? Or maybe,
Mm.
what trend could you start?
Mhm.
Think about these ideas: simplicity, shareability, engagement. How could they apply elsewhere, even beyond dance? Maybe something to ponder for our next deep dive, perhaps.